Sharon, they are hard to look at. A veteran in those photos telling us he was in agonizing pain and yet had to wait some 5 hours to be cared for.
I saw something wrong happening, in my opinion, and I felt like nobody would possibly believe it if I didn't take a picture.
Hannah McMiniman says she took several photos and videos inside the Durham VA hospital Friday evening. They show 3 veterans waiting in the emergency room, one of them on the ground. Their apparent pain hard to ignore, but the McMinimans tell us they were.
No help was offered to really anybody to kind of help their weight any.
Hannah posted these photos to Facebook, and they've since been shared tens of thousands of times. Jesse Lee was one of those veterans.
It really hurt really bad. I mean, one of the worst hurts I ever had in my life.
Lee had a partial leg amputation back in May. The Vietnam veteran suffers from phantom limb pain. He tells us he goes to the Durham VA twice a week, but the wait times that day were hours longer than usual.
I asked them several times if they could do something to help me, and they said I'd have to wait.
It's a picture, and so there's a story before and there's a story after.
Deanne Seekins, the director of the Durham VA, firing back. She says wait times were long Friday because they had more patients than usual. She tells us one of the nurses working that night has been put on leave as they investigate. But after reviewing the surveillance video, she says her staff acted appropriately.
The care that they received is of high quality, and they received it in the timely manner based on their category when they were triaged.
Now, the McMinimans say they hope to see that surveillance video. They tell me they were really surprised by how much attention this has received all over social media, but they say they hope it raises attention of what they call a much larger problem. Live in Durham, I'm Amy Cutler, CBS North Carolina. On Sharon, State Highway Patrol again confirming this was indeed a fatal accident, that a woman, a passenger in this SUV, was killed, that the male driver was seriously injured and rushed to the hospital. I'll get out of the shot so you can get a look at that SUV that was involved here. In the last 2 minutes, State Highway Patrol confirmed to us that it was the father of the driver that came upon this accident and that actually called for help. We're told he came upon the accident around 3:25 this afternoon, that he saw this overturned SUV on private property and called for help. To give you an idea of where we are, this is mostly cleared land back behind Mount Pleasant and Sunset View Court, so this is not impacting traffic at all. State Highway Patrol says the pair was going for a joyride sometime today, that the man was driving recklessly and alcohol was a factor. They say when authorities arrived, again, the female was dead, the male driver injured. They say the pair was in their late 30s. Authorities still trying to determine exactly how this accident happened, exactly how long they were out here. State Highway Patrol confirming that the driver in this case is likely to face charges. What those charges are at this point is not clear. We also have not received the identities of either the driver or passenger, but it's a story we're going to continue to follow closely, and we will have more tonight at 11 o'clock. For now, we are live in Willow Spring. I'm Amy Cutler, CBS North Carolina.
Amy, thank you. And right now, Chatham County deputies are asking people.
Well, Sean, the concern is that it could flare back up. That's why the North Carolina Forest Service is out here trying to keep that from happening. Behind me here, you can see some fire investigators. We've moved to the spot where those 2 trailers that were destroyed in this fire had stood, and you can see the significant damage done to them. Not much left following this fire. Now, fire investigators are telling us that the initial call came in at around 1:15 this afternoon. Firefighters called to this wooded area off Page Road near 70 in Durham County. Fire officials telling us the fire started in or near 2 abandoned trailers and quickly spread. The dry conditions and wind not helping the situation. In all, about 4 acres burned. Fortunately, no one was injured. Those 2 abandoned trailers, though, were destroyed. There was also some concern for the Fox Ridge apartments nearby, but they were not evacuated. The assistant fire chief explaining the challenges.
The wind and the dry conditions, the low humidity, just make it really ripe for these types of fires. So we've got a lot of people on the scene. We've got about 70 firefighters that are out there, and trucks from 4 or 5 different agencies that have come in.
Yeah, a large undertaking to get this brush fire under control. Back out here live, you can see the smoke still coming from that other abandoned trailer that was completely destroyed in this fire. Fire investigators say it is still unclear what started this fire, but they're going to remain on scene here trying to get some more evidence to determine exactly how it started. For now, we are live in Durham County. I'm Amy Cutler, CBS North Carolina.